Hi folks, Canadian Prepper here. So today I'm going to be reviewing the Addalock, which is a portable system that allows you to lock any door that opens inwards that doesn't have a lock built into it already. Now there's a variety of different contexts that this might be useful in. One of them, of course, is a bug out type scenario where you had to shelter in somewhere that you could not secure in any other way. But I think more practically speaking, this is something which you might use if you're traveling and there's no locks on the doors. So as much as it's a survival item, it's also a practical item as well. And in the second half of this video, I'm going to talk about some ways that you can harden your home against things like home invasion with some products and some strategies. So let's get to it. Alright, so I have to state right from the beginning that this is absolutely not something that you're going to need. And not only that, it's not something that you're going to want to rely on for your security. No matter how many times I say that, there's always going to be someone who comes on and says, I don't need that. And I'm starting to be able to relate to Chris Tanner over at Prepared Mind 101 and his grievances with some members of his audience who continuously lambaste him with criticisms like that of, well, we don't need this. Well, of course you don't need everything. When push comes to shove, an expert doesn't need anything to survive. He can make a knife out of a stone or whatever. He can make whatever he needs out of natural materials. But we use these things so we don't have to do that, and they just make practical sense. Now, I did a review on a device about a year ago, which was a alarm, which is a door stopper alarm system. And I think that in combination with this, or some other sort of portable auditory alarm system, which is triggered when the door opens, is a great combination to work with. Now, there's a variety of different types of systems that you can get like this. So this is just one of them. So even if you decide not to get this one in particular, it might inspire you to look into some other options. There are far more durable options which are going to buy you a lot more time than this. This may buy you at worst a few more seconds, and at best maybe even a few more minutes. It all depends on how determined the person who's trying to invade your space is. A simple swift kick to the door is going to disable this unit entirely, but it's going to provide you the same amount of protection as a normal door lock would. If it allows you those precious seconds to prepare for the intrusion, that could be a matter of life and death, or life and limb. The thing about the Addalock is that it's small, it's portable, it's relatively well priced depending on who you are. If you're somebody who's of the entitled mentality that everything should be cheap but you still want jobs in the country, then it might seem a little overpriced. I think it retails for about $25. There are other options which may buy you more time. There's this thing called the door jammer. I've never tried it. It appears to have gotten pretty significant reviews. Of course, that's going to be significantly larger and it's going to weigh a lot more. There's things like the Master Lock dual function security bar. That's basically just like propping a chair up against the door. I've heard other good reviews from other preppers about this. If you are trying to just secure your own home, you're going to want to go much bigger than this. The purpose of the Addalock is strictly for portability. For your home, you're going to want, first and foremost, a good deadbolt system. You're going to want very deep nails holding in the receiver of the door lock. That's going to make it much harder for them to kick through a deadbolt system. If the screws holding in the receiving end of that are dug in very deep, if they're not, they're going to rip out very easily. That's a very easy fix, is simply drilling deeper into the door frame. Now, if you're serious about your own home security and you want to reinforce your doors in a way that can perhaps buy you not just minutes, but potentially just discourage invaders altogether, or at least funnel them into an entry point which is more advantageous to you, then I would suggest you explore the Nightlock security door barricade system or something similar to that. Basically what it does is it reinforces the bottom of the door. So what you have then, if you have a door that's dead bolted and that has deep nails, you're getting a double barricade from the bottom and the top, which almost makes the door impermeable. It exponentially increases the strength of the door. There's many reviews on the internet of this product already, so I don't need to go into great depth. The only problem you're probably going to have with doing something like this is getting permission from the wife to set it up, because it does require you to make some semi-permanent changes to your domain. Now, if you live in a country like I do where you're going to be put under the microscope if you do use lethal force on somebody who's trying to enter your home, then it's good to have some of these methods in place. But even if you do live in a place that has more gun rights and privileges, having something like this on your door can buy you those precious moments to get to your firearm in order to secure the premises. Especially if you're asleep in the middle of the night and somebody instantly kicks down your door. Well, had you had something like this in place, it could buy you the precious time to respond and not just react. So if this is something that interests you, I will post some links in the description. You can support the channel by gearing up through those links. It doesn't cost you any more than it would if you got it from any other link. Basically, you just go through those channels and I get a small trickle of commission to continue doing what I'm doing. Now, as you can probably tell, my voice is still shot, but as the saying goes, the show must go on, and this cold has had me down for a couple weeks now, and I'm not going to let it keep me down any longer. I'm just going to fight my way out of it. I'm still going to get the rest I need. Don't worry, I'm getting lots of rest, but a man can only get so much rest before he comes restless. Thanks for watching. Canadian Prepper out.